This Guy's Garage. Like and subscribe.
I'm interested in hearing a little more about your blockchain database and maybe some of the benefits that you could tell us about the blockchain database, because it's really the first time I've heard it in the realm of this committee.
Well, we'd love to, because it's our favorite subject. So we, as a national industry organization, like my representing primary producers, as my counterparts know, it becomes our role to deliver traceability. And deliver, that means getting producers engaged and participating, but also helping ensure that the government's regulatory requirements are upheld and met. And so what that means in the Canadian context is government makes the regulations, here's traceability regulations, industry, make it happen. And so we've been involved in that since we've had mandatory ID in the sheep industry since 2004. So we've been involved in delivering traceability for that amount of time. But traceability has evolved from simply tracking where animals go for a disease response to tracking everything about that animal for export purposes, for product assurances, for disease monitoring. I sit on Canada's FMD working group. We just had a large discussion yesterday about if we're going to use vaccines and a vaccine strategy, how do we know which animals have been vaccinated? How do we know when to depopulate? It gets very complex. So it's more than just where did they go? It's what things happen to that animal in its life that's important to somebody further down the chain. So in our mandate to deliver traceability, but also to wrap all of those requirements into it, we knew that what existed in Canada, no disrespect to my counterparts, wasn't sufficient to do all of that in a single system, which is really where it needs to live. So we built a new technology, ground up, at the Canadian Sheep Federation. I know everybody's surprised to hear Canadian Sheep Federation, blockchain, and artificial intelligence all in the same discussion. So we built a trace system. At its core, it is designed and achieves meeting regulatory requirements for disease tracking. But on top of that, it meets our industry's needs to scan the tag and know something about the animal. When we challenged industry to say, what do you need from it, that's it. Now, every player has a different need of data that they find, but the goal of our technology and our work in traceability is to create a system, an integrator of information about that animal, affix that information, whether it's they're certified disease-free for export or on an assurance program to meet some, product-free requirement from an exporting country. All that data that we collect becomes part of the animal's history as the animal moves through the supply chain by virtue of traceability, and we connect one player to the next player. We move that information with the animal around that. So we started in working on this in 2019, did a use case study with the community of federal regulators and CFIA shortly after that, that solidified that blockchain would be the best fit for livestock traceability, and it's been uphill, downhill. It's since then. So that system is the technology that we've built. We've now submitted a proposal to CFIA for it to be the system used in the regulated space for traceability in Canada.
So that was my next question, was actually, does the regulators have access, or will they have access to this database?
Absolutely. So in that regulatory requirement, it is in fact that we're collecting regulated data on behalf of the government and sharing it with them. So we have to bring everybody up to speed on blockchain. Means we don't have to transfer you data, means you can tap into the data with permission and see it, but we'll get everybody to that understanding of blockchain eventually. But yes, it will be there to support their traceability requirements.